Hey guys, Chrisman Lightning back, and you know what this means if you're seeing this guy. Yes. You know that figure reviews are coming back, and actually I got a full bunch of figure reviews that are coming up, but I want to get this done since tomorrow I'm actually heading for Comic-Con, and possibly going to get a bunch more stuff to review for you guys. A lot of nerdy stuff, to be in fact. But I really want to get, this guy done because he's actually one of my favorite SH Figuarts Ultraman figures. And if you know who this guy is, then you know it's Ultraman Tiga. And for those who have seen the Tiga show in the 90s, and like both America and Japan actually got to show Tiga in their respective states. Of course, Tiga in America was just a dub version, but still, this was pretty cool. And I'm actually going to be reviewing this figure for you guys, so you better get ready, because I'll tell you this guy is amazing for Shinchoku Seiyo Ultraman figures. Oh, they do more. Hey, let's get like the hype train going. Let's hope that evil Tiga will actually, get an actual figure. Because then you can have like SH Figuarts Tiga versus SH Figuarts Evil Tiga. And plus, it would also make sense since on the day before my birthday, yes, I'm going to Comic-Con on my birthday. On the day before my birthday, they're coming out with the Ultraman Trigger Episode Z movie, which is going to show Evil Trigger. Boot up. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is Tiga, and if you're ready, it's time to see if this figure will legitimately take you higher. You see what I did there? Anyway, this is a review for SH Figuarts Shinchoku Seiho. Yep, and I just cut that off before the music came in. I do not have editing software, so I am legitimately trying to do this in one take. But I was able to get that joke out of the way. Anyway, let's get straight into the review. Alright, and now getting into review. Now, going over this figure, when I first got it, it was actually quite interesting, to say the least, because I do have SH Figuarts for like Spider-Man, Marvel, Capcom, like Street Fighter and all that stuff, but when I got my first ever SH Figuarts Ultraman figure, which this is mine for like Tiga, and it was a Choco Seiyo, I was pleasantly surprised with how well they actually did this. It actually does look like it came from the show. So yeah, I mean, this is actually quite unique and very awesome, to say the least, with this entire body. I mean, the dorsal fin, the head has a really nice sculpt. The eyes are a compound with some reflective surface underneath. I'm not sure which. So if you actually shine a light into it, okay, see, perfect example. This eye compared to this eye. This eye right here looks like it's glowing, even though it's not. But that's just like when the light hits it perfectly. And when I did photos of this figure, and when I had a flash on, it actually looked pretty cool. The Tiga crystal up at top of Tiga's head is actually translucent, and the compound eyes is also translucent, like I said, with some reflective surface on the bottom. Now, the paint-wise, as you can see, Tiga looks amazing, where the red and the violet, the silver, and even the gold it's like really suit accurate. Even with like the legs, I mean, I know that quality control has been a major issue with some of these figures, but I got mine with no issues whatsoever. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into articulation. Okay, Tiga can look this far up, because, you gotta take yourself higher. This far down, and he can, look side to side and lean side to side. Now, with the arms, it can go full around. And as you can see with the chest protector is actual rubber. And this was part of the new engineering from the guys of Shinchoku Seiho, where they added rubber at the chest guard and on the torso, which actually hides the chest crunching very well and is actually, extremely well. Okay, this far, the elbows can go this far up, is double jointed, and this far back, which just makes sense, is based off of the actual Tiga actor's, like, suit actor's body, so it can't go, like, crazy proportion-wise, which I'm actually glad. And Tiga could go this far down with ab crunching, and this far back, which actually has some pretty good, like, flight poses, like, right here. As you can see, he is flying. Or basically, what I like to do is just to go. Whoosh. He is rising. Sorry, I had a phone call, but as you see, Tiga's now back and standing at giant heights for a Ultraman figure. I'm not sure where I was going with the whole, like, Tiga rising, but guess what? It's a funny thing. It worked out. Let's keep on going with the review. Anyway, Tiga's legs can go this far out, this far back, and basically it has a little bit of swivel. Oh, and I forgot to mention this too. The arms can swivel, like right here, and there is a reason for that, which I will get into in a moment. And the hands are on a ball joint, and the feet can go out that far, can go in this far, has toe vivid, and can actually, go side to side. Alright, now with that out of the way for our Ultraman, Tiga, let's go with what this guy comes with. Alright, and this is basically what Tiga comes with. Tiga comes with some posing hands, I'm not sure what to call these, some cupping relaxed hands, some dynamic action hands, some chopping hands, more relaxed hands, I'm not sure what to call these. I'm still trying to figure out what this hand is for, but I'm pretty sure it's for the Zephyrium beam effect, and this is also the color timer where Tiga, is losing some of his time or energy and it starts like blinking like and this is the Zephyrium beam effect part. Now, in terms of what we get right here, it's actually very nice. However, I do have an issue with this. See, there is a point in every single Tiga episode, and even when Tiga's in movies and all that stuff, where Tiga put his arms across and then starts going them out. Hang on. I got an idea. This pose is legitimately what I'm talking about, like right here. Okay, this is where the point where Tiga is close to the finale of the episode, and this doesn't happen all the time, but for most of the time, he basically does his Zephyrium beam effect part when the color teamer is going and he's running low of energy even after 3 minutes of life. So, in the Tiga show, I know I don't have exactly this arm in the exact same position this is. Minor nitpick, I know, but just still. Where actually light, like wind or something, will go into the color timer, and then a light would actually create a perfect line, and then Tiga would do the Zephyrium beam, which I'm disappointed that they didn't put this in there, but what we got is actually still pretty cool. Now, let me show you how to put in the Zephyrium beam effect part. Alright, and here is Tiga with his hand missing. Why is it missing, you ask? Because I put it right here. Yeah, had to wait for my camera to focus a little bit, but yeah, I got it right here on the arm because I'm about to show you why you need the hand already on this thing when you are going to do the Zephyrium beam effect application. Now, you want to be careful with this because, again, some figures have broken in the past, because, carelessness and all that. Not saying that you guys are careless, but other people are. And basically what you want to do is you just want to firmly grasp the arm and then start wiggling. Wiggle, 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 or even this. Yeah, it's probably better. Yep. And bam! You see, that came off. Real simple, real easy, nothing to worry about. You place that there, and make sure that this is at least at a reasonable, like, level when you apply this, because you don't want to, like, bang this into your table or anything. And you just gotta wiggle it in, and then bam! You see how easy that was? And now, you're ready to finish your foes as Tiga's Superior Beam is going down. And just to finish out your enemies and all that stuff. Tiga, do not give me that look. I am doing the best I can with what I'm given. And I'm not given much talent. Yeah, it is somewhat heavy, so you might want to, when you're positioning your Tiga figure and all that, you might want to be a little bit careful. And then bam! I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, it's in there good. Ooh. Double checking. Yep, it's in there really good. And then whenever you're ready, finish off all of your enemies with no mercy, because Tiga was a dark giant at one point. Yeah, while I'm getting this guy ready to pose up, giving you a little bit of history, he was a giant of darkness. Because he was. And then bam! Dang it. And then make sure like everything is ready. Then bam! Tiga is finishing off his opponent with the Superior Beam. And yeah, that's actually pretty cool how they did that. I know that this review is going on longer enough, but I'm also giving you a lot of lore. But now to final thoughts. But before that, size comparison. Alright guys, and here's Tiga, all fully posed up and all that stuff. And we're going to get into some size comparisons before I give out my final thoughts. And the first person that size compare him with, well, besides a couple of people, is Kamen Rider. Oh, sorry about that, Tiga. Okay, let's make sure that he's fully posed up and ready to fight. Yep, you can, and actually, yeah, Tiga stands really well with Kamen Rider Decade. Yes, I had to do that. If you're going to introduce Decade, you got to do it that way. And, like, he looks very well with Decade, and actually, he's not too bad at all. I mean, Ultraman and Kamen Rider did do basically a crossovers in the past, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't mind seeing a crossover with these two. I mean, they seem to be fairly cool, and Destroy of Worlds with the Dark Giant before he turned into light would be actually pretty awesome. Now, let's get out Decade. And now, if you do not know this, then you probably have not read Marvel's current web series and all that stuff, which is basically Ultraman. Yeah, that's right. Ultraman now has his own Marvel comic series, which, now because of that, you can actually have a pretty cool crossover between Captain America, which this is an Endgame Captain America, where it's Cap versus Cap. And of course, in case you want to have the Endgame Final Battle version, you can have Cap, Tiga, and of course, Iron Man. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I will actually be really cool if Ultraman is going to be teaming up with the Avengers. But yeah, and Iron Man right here does stand a little bit taller. Hang on. I'm using my phone along with a bunch of other stuff as my camera, so yeah. So yeah, this is basically how tall Iron Man is compared to Tiga and Cap. Tiga's a little bit on the short side, but it's actually he does stand very well, and in some action shots, is actually pretty cool. So, Cap, you gotta go. Yes, I do have SH Figuarts Spider-Man, but I'm not bringing him out for this one for reasons. And now, mainly because we all know Ultraman has to basically transform giant to fight giant monsters. And not only in SH Monster Arts fashion, I only have a few giant monsters, but in case of a giant mech going awry, I do have da 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 Kiryu. Yes. I do have the Mechagodzilla that is technically Godzilla. So, as you see, Kiryu does tower over Tiga, but for the most part, is actually pretty well. You can still have like giant monster fights and all this stuff with just these two, if you know the right people to do stop motion animation and all that stuff. Okay, Kiryu, let's get you out of here. And yeah, that's basically pretty much it. Now my final thoughts. I love this figure. I'm a huge fan of Ultraman, mainly Ultraman Nexus, but Tiga is actually my second favorite Ultra. First one being Nexus, third right now being Tiga. Sorry, I kind of did a Kamen Rider Double thing because Kamen Rider Double is actually getting his own, he's getting his own like anime series coming out soon based off of the manga, so it'll be fun seeing Shotaro. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. This figure is just absolutely amazing. I cannot recommend this figure enough to you. It will definitely take you higher, and if you need to, do some stop motion animation with this guy. And he can do some very awesome poses from not just multi-type, but sky-type and power-type if you have the right equipment to change the colors. Anyway, guys, right now that's basically it. Not a very long review, but then again, this figure is just simple and he's easy enough that I can basically just talk all I want if I needed to, but I'm not going to. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for me right now. This is it for Tiga, so go ahead and take yourself higher with Tiga, and then just keep on being awesome, guys. This is Christmas Lightning, wishing for the lightning to protect you guys. See you around.